Hey yo, it's time for recess. What do you obviously we're out there, dating, talking to girls and stuff. What do you consider dating? Like,
What do you mean though? Like the term
yeah.
dating? What do I
Like
consider
if
the
the girl
term
or
dating?
you
Okay.
said you're talking to your friends, she's talking to her friend, like, oh yeah, like we're dating, like but like is that boyfriend and girlfriend or no?
So I don't know. I feel like this is something that people have different definitions for
And
that term.
it's drastically changed over the years.
Yeah, I mean, I think also your age group it's affected by age group as well
Yeah.
because I feel like from when we were younger, if you heard the term dating, like oh my gosh, they're boyfriend and girlfriend,
Yeah.
right?
I agree.
I feel like now as we're getting a little bit older, that term has become more of like, all right, they're dating, but I feel like people use that in terms of like they're going on dates with multiple people. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I think in that sense though it would have to be like like I've been going out, I've been dating, I've been it would definitely depend on the context of the sentence and like who how they're talking. But I think if I agree. I don't think see, I personally don't think it means boyfriend and girlfriend. It means, also another term like talking. Like you guys like you were getting close to becoming boyfriend and girlfriend. You're not seeing other people. It's kind of like escalating.
Right. No, you know what? I agree with that. I think that, but my question is, so you kind of mentioned this. So the term dating, you're not boyfriend and girlfriend. You're
No,
definitely saying that right there. But you're also saying you are exclusively only with you and the other person.
I
You're not
guess.
seeing other people. You're not hooking up with anybody else. When you say you're dating someone, it's just you and that other person. Period. End of story.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Because I just feel like there's times where I've heard people use that term and like, oh yeah, I'm dating them, but they say, oh, the term dating just means like they've gone on a few dates with them, but they've gone on a couple of dates with a few other people as well.
I definitely think it'd be close. I think it'd be close to. I think there definitely have to be a number of dates where it's after it's like okay, this is not just super casual. Because I think if you go on like two, three dates, even I think it's okay. I think you could. I, can you go on dates with other people at that point? Like
I mean,
that's
I think it also depends on what's going on those dates as well.
true. Yeah, true.
Like if it, obviously if it's the first date and you guys maybe kiss goodnight, that's one thing. Like obviously that's not really anything crazy. The next night, I don't know, something moves a little bit further. The last night, the third date, whatever happens, you spend the night to keep it G rated here, right? So I mean, if that happens and you're using that term dating, I think that's definitely something where it should be exclusive. Like
That's
when
yeah.
you hear the term like you mentioned before too, like oh we're talking.
They're talking. Yeah.
Like to me, that's more of like okay, you can be. I talk to multiple
I
people
was gonna say
all day long.
you
Like
think
you can.
talking is more laid back than dating.
I think that's more relaxed. I feel like that means you could be talking to a couple different people, and that means where like you're just kind of playing the field still. But that term dating, I feel like that gets to the point where it's you don't have to put the label of boyfriend and girlfriend on it, but dating is going to be exclusive. It's going to be one on one. You're not seeing other people.
Do you think it's defined the same between guys and girls?
Oof, that's a good question. I don't know. That's tough. I
Because
don't.
I
I
feel
mean,
like
obviously we're two guys here. I don't know what the hell's going on in a girl's mind.
guys get a bad rap for that
Right, but here
because
here we are,
yeah,
two good dudes, and we're both saying the term dating would mean exclusive just to us and the girl. Whereas if we were bad guys, in a sense, like
we're going on
we're
two
gonna
three
probably
dates
be
a
like, oh
week.
no, dating. I could date
Yeah,
multiple people at the same time.
yeah.
But I
Until
don't know
it's
what a girl and what's going on in the girl's mind, what they're really thinking.
yeah, I think it's definitely if until you have that conversation. But yeah, because and that's why it could flip the switch. If a girl finds out you've gone on another date with another girl, especially like today, like obviously with social media and all the dating apps and everything, it's so easy to be quote unquote dating in multiple people. Uh, but actually no, it's very easy to be talking to other people.
Oh, for sure.
Dating is that's a little tougher, obviously, depending on where you live. But
Well, I mean, with social media these days, it gets tough to. I mean, you see all these memes about girls being, like, oh, they're investigators or detectives
they
because
creep,
if
yeah,
you give someone, the guy's name, that your best friend's gonna be able to find out his what he did, what he was doing at 5 years old, what he's doing
True.
tomorrow. Like they can find out all this information on him just because they're gonna stalk his Instagram page and all of his friends' Instagram pages and be able to figure it out. So I think that's tough. Like to actually be dating multiple people at the same time in this day and age is a little difficult. But I don't know. Side note on that, like moving forward into the whole term of boyfriend and girlfriend, right? Like, is that something where, like, back in the day, right, when we were younger, I feel like it was always the question of, oh, did you ask her to be your girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
Or the girls would always be like, in the cafeteria at the lunch table, oh, did he ask you to be,
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah.
date him? Like, is that still a thing where you have to ask the person to be your girlfriend, or is it something that's just implied?
I don't know if
That you
you
just feel it doesn't actually need to be said.
I don't know if you necessarily need to ask it, but I am still on the page of it needs to be said, confirmed, especially in today, because there's a lot of people that are, whether you're insecure about who's thinking what's going on. I mean, at least for me, I would want to say, hey, I'll either ask, just depend. I think it also depends on the relationship of how like it's going or whatever, and the type of person you're talking to, but. I would still either say like, oh, like if I'm introducing you to somebody and I haven't said it yet, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is my girlfriend. Like then it's like I said that, that's confirmed or whatever. Or it takes 20 seconds to be like, so we're like dating, right? Like you're my girlfriend, and they're like, well yeah. Well then sometimes I'll be like, well you have to ask me, and that's fine. Obviously at that point I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
like
but see, like that's kind of what my point was. Like, do you feel like as like that label is needed though
yeah,
to be said? You feel like that needs to be said in a relationship?
yeah,
Okay. I see. To me, not that I disagree with it. I understand your point of view. I just don't think it necessarily is something like, because here's my thing, right? If it's going great, like I don't think that should be even a question in your mind. Like, are we dating? Because if it's going that well, then you guys should just know
but there's always
that,
no.
like,
I agree with that, but there's always gonna be that first time you say it. You
yeah.
know,
But I think that first time doesn't need to be between you and that person. It could just be like, oh, this is my girlfriend.
No, I agree. Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what
yeah.
I mean?
I agree. Yeah, yeah. Because I'm like,
Like if you, or when you meet the parents or something, oh, this is my boyfriend, or this is
mm-hmm.
my girlfriend, or this is my so and so, or whatever the case you want to call the person. But like, that term, I don't think needs to be talked about necessarily. Like, oh, are we boyfriend and girlfriend? Like that question is so. I feel like that's so like fifth grade
I
in my mind.
agree. But what if you completely throw the person off? And you don't, because like, okay, so what if a girl says, "Oh, this is my boyfriend," and you're like, "Wait, what the hell?" Like, no, like we've been on 4 dates. Like, I don't want
Well,
to,
we'll see. Like
like,
that's when you got to have another conversation with them
yeah,
after that situation. Now, in my mind, obviously, you're just gonna go like the way I would do it if I wasn't ready to be getting a label, putting a label on that, and a girl said that term when I was meeting somebody. Of course, I'm not gonna do it right then and there. I'm gonna obviously introduce myself, tell them, hi, this is my name, so and so, and just go with the flow. And then afterwards is when you have a conversation with that person. Hey, listen, you said this, you called me your boyfriend, let's get on the same page here. Like, you know, you bring up your concerns,
that's
whether
tough
you're
to
not.
that's tough to come back from.
I
That's
mean,
like that's a
but
tough like,
yeah, I mean that's true. So if you really don't want that, it's something you have to do because then you're gonna get stuck.
yeah. Oh,
Because if you don't
yeah,
do it right then and there, you're gonna get stuck. You just gotta pump the brakes real quick, right after that, the next day or whatever the case may be. Because if you don't, then it is implied
yeah,
because the term's been thrown out there and you haven't said anything.
yeah.
So I mean, I've been put in that situation before where this question got brought up because I have been asked, like, what are we? Are we boyfriend and girlfriend? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like I thought that wasn't something that needed to be said.
Yeah.
And that's literally what my response was. Like, wait, we really need to talk about this right now? Like, isn't that just something that it's implied? And they obviously, the girl was obviously she knew we were both into each other,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of what was going on. But she wanted that confirmation, which is kind
Yeah.
of your point
I
of
mean,
just
not to,
needing to know.
yeah, not to like obviously like say stuff that I have not, but I think girls are more, they're more comfortable with confirmation and affirmation of yes, like it's official, we're dating, like because dude, people are shady, like guys especially, they're shady nowadays, like and to obviously have them say like, yes, like I'm not seeing anyone else. Like they, some people need that. And to be honest, I wouldn't, it wouldn't hurt for me, like, because if you're just a little suspicious, that shit will drive you crazy. Like,
Yeah, I guess. But I think that at that point, if you're suspicious at all, then you really aren't to that point of that label of boyfriend girlfriend in my mind. Because if
true.
there's any thought, then you're really not there yet.
Or you're
That's
just,
that's how
or
that's
you're
how
just
I'm feeling about
fucked
it.
up mentally. You're just, you're
That too.
super,
Maybe you had
yeah,
some bad
just
experiences,
super
daddy issues in
insecure.
the
Yeah.
past. Like, I mean, I don't know what you got the backline story right there, but no, that's just my opinion. I mean, moving on to this kind of topic here too, like what I mentioned with meeting the parents or whatever. What? Okay, so meeting the parents at the boyfriend girlfriend stage is one thing, but what is entitled in that dating stage? Like how what's going on there? Are you meeting parents in that dating
I would,
stage yet,
I was
or
gonna say, I think depending on, this also depends on like where you're dating, because like obviously if you live in cities it's like a lot different, because a lot of people maybe not live close. Like I don't live near my parents obviously, so it would take months of dating probably before my quote unquote girlfriend would be my family or whatever. So I think like, but if you're from like a small town, you still live at home or something, I think you could technically be dating and meet the parents before saying boyfriend girlfriend. I would think at that point it's basically like, yeah, we're official or whatever. But I think it'd be close.
yeah, I mean, I think also, side note too, it depends on, again, your age, right? I think at some point, like as when you're younger, like you can start dating a girl and without your parents really meeting them, but as you
Yeah,
get older, I feel like sometimes, I mean, again, it's also your opinion, right? So this is based off how you've been raised or whatever the case may be. But sometimes some people you know don't want to put any labels on it on anything until their parents do meet the person.
and they like them and accept them or whatever.
Especially
Yeah,
if it's someone that they actually do consider seeing themselves with down the road, like they're
yeah,
gonna want approval or see if like their parents or their family likes them before they're gonna move it along to that boyfriend girlfriend stage.
true.
So that's where I think that sometimes that it's okay during the dating situation to be like, oh, like I want you to meet my parents, but obviously it's not going to be right off the bat. I mean, that's kind of like
Yeah,
if you're meeting someone's parents on the second
it's a
date.
big step. Yeah, it's a
I
big
mean, at
step.
the same time though, if like you're picking up someone, say they live at home, right?
Yeah.
Or you see them out, in town, like you said, live in the same town, they're with their parents, like that's fine.
Hmm.
You gotta introduce yourself. You don't want to be rude. But I feel like sometimes people put meeting, and I'll be honest, I put meeting the parents pretty up there to moving the stage along, right? Like if someone's meeting
Yeah.
my parent, so like my thing is like I don't really want a girl meeting my parents until I'm ready to be saying we're dating. That's my opinion
Hmm.
personally, because I feel like once someone's meeting the parents, then it's like, oh shit.
Yeah. All right, recess is over, guys. Email us, write us in. If you guys have any other stories or topics you want us to talk about?
Yeah, you guys know the deal. We'll see you next time.